Hello, welcome back to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, singer-songwriter, vocal coach and session musician. And finally I am listening to Aurora's new album, What Happened to the Heart, and I've been waiting so long. Every time I thought, right, I have a moment to listen to this record, something else has happened, like my trip that I just took to Switzerland to the Montreux Jazz Festival. But here we are to actually finally listen to the record, and this means that I can watch live performances in Glastonbury and, you know, all the things that I've put on hold from Aurora. So I'm very, very, very excited. And also I just love Aurora's voice and songs, and her style of songwriting and singing is incredible. So over an hour of music for us to listen to, 16 tracks. They're all reasonable lengths as well. This isn't going to be an album of 2-minute songs or anything like that. Most of them are sort of around the 4-minute mark, so that includes our very first song, Echo of My Shadow. And just to let you know, this is going to be the highlights version of the video that I'm going to be posting fully over on Patreon. Reason being that when I do big releases, they always get blocked. When I try and upload the full thing, it just doesn't happen here on YouTube for me anymore. I know it does for other creators. I don't know how they get around it. I'm very jealous, but for me, I have to do kind of a highlights reel kind of thing here on YouTube, and then over on Patreon I am very lucky to be able to upload the full thing, so I'll leave a link for that in the comment section and the description box down below for you if you'd like to check it out. Otherwise, let's get going with this highlights of What Happened to the Heart, song number 1, Echo of My Shadow. Ooh, very subtle. That drone note underneath. Ooh, very folky that. Let me just turn my keyboard on. I just want to know exactly what that note is. The bassiness of that B, and how it feels like we're in a cathedral setting, which we know Aurora can sing in and just fill in a most amazing way. Wow. Wait, that again. The whispers into that. Now, isn't it interesting that she is singing just this one note, this B4, very delicately, and the chords are what's changing underneath. So we did have the drone kind of, that B in the bass in the music, and now that's transferred over into the vocals. We've done a kind of swap. The vocals now doing what the music was doing, and the music's now doing the changes that the vocal was doing. Your mind moves like a wave. Wow. Wow. Rise, and she sings rise, the word, and then rises up, you know. No bend, Aurora. All these kind of reverse sounds. Stunning, isn't it? It almost feels like I'm looking in a mirror image musically. That's the only way I can try and describe it. But it's not just any mirror image. It's like looking in water and how that ripples. If I had synesthesia, I feel like that's the image that I would be creating from listening to this record so far. These little arpeggiated parts are nice. And this feels like she's talking about being one with the earth and her surroundings, and time perhaps not being the linear thing that we perceive it to be. Reversing things. This is so gorgeous. The double tracking on her vocal, but it's all whispery vocals. How that opens out, because she's just doing the sort of closed mouth sound, and then you know, that movement. It feels like a wave. Oh wait. I got there. The F#5 that we're going to there. That's such an interesting turnaround, isn't it? Oh, and there. Oh no, it goes back up to the F sharp 5. Okay, so what will the outro of this song be? I will stay here forever. I like that we can hear just how close she is to the mic. Wow, and now she's disappearing off. To me, this feels like she's a spirit, like an earth spirit. I just saw that the earth is listed as one of the writers of that song. Really, really interesting. Such a unique intro to a record. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Okay, so next up we have To Be All Right. Here we go. So atmospheric beginning. Oh. Love that pattern. Wow. Kate Bush-esque, a little inspiration it feels to me. The layering of the vocal, especially actually that word up, that made me think Kate Bush. But the layering of the vocal here is intense. My heart does not rhyme the rhythm of my mind. I like the phrasing of the bass because it's kind of do-do-do. Like there's a lot of space in there compared to the atmospheric synths. I like that. Oh, why have I changed to that? Let's change it back to piano. Oh, sorry. Really like that so much. Big interval jumps. I've got the lyrics here. Just following them. It's that catchy. Yeah, the vocal changes. Amazing. Oh. Well, she got me because I thought everything was going to go into that point there. She got me. Great. Okay, so arrangement wise, actually the bit that I'm feeling where naturally I would place a build, Aurora's taking it out and she's emphasizing the line, I want to feel it, what the people talk about. This is where it comes in. The change in tonality goes darker. Cymbals. So catchy. It's like a cry out. Oh, that feels like a heartbeat, heart rhythm to me. See that vocal, actually a lot of synthy stuff going on, like sampley kind of sounds with that. The way that was connected together felt robotic to me. I believe I love it. Hello. Wait, one more time. Why does it change back to this again? That fifth jump from the E up to the B5 there, incredible. Shuffling of the drums, tom-toms and... I love that. This would sound epic in a stadium. The throaty vocal. So different for Aurora, I feel like, that song. Vocally. Yeah, was what I was trying to say. Just the tonality used within that one, really, really interesting. Okay, Your Blood, track number 3. By the way, Apple Music shows me which are the most popular tracks, and they are tracks 2, 3, 4 and 5, so really interesting. Oh, and track 13, interestingly, there's a big gap between the favourites. It's like, yeah. Oh, track 13. Anyway, so I'm always interested to see if my favourites match up with the favourites of the people. So here we go. Your Blood. Here we go. Love that reversey thing. Oh, I know. Yeah, Your Blood. I forgot that I knew it. So kind of into the album, I'm like, oh, I don't know any of this. Yes, Your Blood, I've heard this. Love the reversing kind of into the repeated pattern, and then her breathy vocal. There's that bass coming in there. So you prepared for battle. Da, 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 da. Same thing happened with the bass. Da, 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 da. Listen to the low vocal harmonies. Response vocals. I don't know, just I feel like I need to do this. See the drums? Dun, 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 dun. You can really hear that coming through at this point where it's exposed. Everything else. The punchiness of this is so different to an acoustic version. Range. Range. It's just the range. So all the way down there, we actually go up to the F5 and down to the middle C, so C4, which is, you know, we're just about to head into octave 3. So I just love the depth of range within this. Okay, so, wait, one more time. Yeah. It's, if you think of the C major scale, we actually have normal triad. I don't know why it keeps going to this sound, my goodness. Our normal triad would be C, E and G, that's our root position. Then you can have first inversion, which is the same notes but just in a different order, starting with the E on the bass, E, G, C. And actually she's singing here with the second inversion, which, as you might have guessed, is the same notes in different order again. We're shifting up to starting on the G in the bass, G, C, E. So same notes, different order, creates a different sounding chord. Root position first and second, and that second inversion is what she was singing there, which, I don't know, struck me somewhat. The layers of vocals, wow. It's just so hard hitting. I love the entrances to the vocals. Like that swoop up is so good. Yes. The change and the emphasis of the rhythmical pattern here is incredible, and it almost makes me feel like it's going to go into a drum and bass type song. How that's reflected in the synths. Wow. At the end of the day, what matters to me is Aurora's vocal, and that's what we end up with there at the end of Your Blood. An incredible song. Every song, I mean, I know we're only a few in, but every song so far is really just the top of her game. Incredible, for sure. This might be my favourite album from Aurora. Okay, next up is The Conflict of the Mind. I like that. This is very different setting already. Each song, as again, sounds very different, but has a thread of that continuity soundscape wise. I love how she weaves in all the different layers. She sounds like she's in an underwater vocal booth. I think that because of the choice of, or even lack of reverb, feels very much like she's right here with me in the room, and so I really feel drawn into the story she's telling. We've broken out of the booth. That octave jump, C to C, wow. Swelling. sure you can hear her vocal now doing the additional layer to the that thing that's going on. Wow, very precise vocals just adding to that layer. That's incredible. I suspect for this that actually what they've done is they've sampled her voice and then put it into every part of the keyboard. You know, you can take a sample of something, doesn't matter what it is, and you can turn it into a note on a keyboard, and then they've just played in those vocals. That's my suspicion for this. I would love to see a behind the scenes of this song to know if I'm right. Oh, it would be so gratifying, but also if I'm wrong, that's fine too. Fingers tearing through the ground. In your soul I found a thirst. Only when I see you cry, afflicted in my mind. This song to me feels like, if I could think of a physical representation of it, it feels like when you've just brewed a lovely hot cup of tea and it's kind of a cold, miserable day, which it is today actually, maybe I should do this, and you take that first sip and it's just the right temperature and it warms your soul. That's what this song feels like to me. I love the dynamic swells and the movement back. Okay, so marring the two things together, the dadas and the R vocals. Wow, that speaks to me. Don't let your spirit die. This is just a conflict of the mind. Sometimes you can get so caught up, or I can anyway, in a particular thought or ruminate on things, and it becomes all-encompassing to the point where you think you'll never get out of that way of thinking. And this is what this is kind of saying to me. Don't let your spirit die. It's just a conflict of the mind. It's just a thing that's happening right now. And the next line is your heart alive. You'll overcome a conflict of the mind if your heart's still beating. It's all rhythmical, the ventricles of the heart. Oh. I like that I laughed and she also did. I feel a little connection with her in that moment and with that song for sure. The lyrics of that song drew me in so much, and I will listen to that song more because of the lyrics over the melody. So some songs, sometimes I'll listen to them again because I think, wow, I loved the melody, or wow, I loved the chords. This one I think, wow, the lyrics, I'm going to come back to this. And also at that end point, you probably heard me singing a few things. It felt very inspirational to me, and songs that inspire me I want to come back to again and again to sing, because I love singing. If there's one thing I love to do, it's singing. Okay, next up, Some Type of Skin. More of the same kind of synthy sound. It just feels like a rumbling from within, you know. Headphones is going to be amazing. Nice. To be more than a muscle, it feels to bleed. Yes. Okay, so the 4 to the 4 floor kick drum coming in here is cool. Oh, okay, so out of the, I don't know, yeah, the flames of this one, I can feel, I can definitely hear Aurora's vocal and the backing vocals being used as that rhythmical tool. Beautiful. Wow. Straight into the drums. How powerful is that vocal? Okay, so it's all in this E flat major, but her chant-like vocals I always feel hit me in the heart, like pierce me up to that E flat 5 there. All of her vocal sounds. This is a really catchy verse though, I like this. So I don't know, I need to listen again to exactly what the piano notes are, but the pushed rhythm with that I think is cool. Oh, changing chord. Nice. Listen to these harmonies. So succinctly done. Oof. Again, another one written by, okay, so now I'm thinking, wait, is listing the Earth here, is Aurora genuinely listing the Earth, like the planet, or is there an artist called the Earth that I have just missed? I don't know. I'm assuming it's the globe. Okay, well, that was awesome. Love the massive vocals that we had in that one and just how expressive it felt, and also the catchiness. You know, Aurora can do stuff that is more, I don't know, folky and atmospheric, but she can also do these punchy pop-like numbers and mar the two genres together so well. The Essence. Oh, okay, more guitar. Something quite whimsical about that.
In another life, home feels like home.
Little vibrato on her vocal there.
As the tree.
I've mourned you now longer than I've known you. That's an interesting line. As the trees cry their leaves. Wow. I'm really turning a corner here lyrically with the record. Just, I'm so impressed line by line. Trees crying leaves. It seems so obvious now, but actually that's the first time I've heard it said like that. Incredible. Wow, these vocal layers.
We all hurt sometimes and maybe.
This dun, 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 reminds me of a little bit. We've got like inspiration from different parts of the record. Also a little kind of Spanish feel. Wow, that felt like an intrusive thought. Wow, some of those vocals sounded like I was tuning into a radio station. Or the wireless, I should say. Wow. If there's one thing that Aurora never fails to do, it's impress with backing vocals and layers and just the thoughts of what could make an interesting backing vocal. Actually, I find that really inspirational because sometimes when I create my own songs, I have to sit back for a second and think about what would make a good backing vocal, or even if a song needs a certain layer at a certain point, and Aurora just has the right kind of vision across all of her music. What should go here? What works? Should it be breathy? Should it be a committed vocal? All of this stuff. What kind of reverb? Amazing. Almost disappeared, that, didn't it? Here is where the reverbs just seems to drop away completely. Very raw. And that wireless vocal just cuts off. Her voice almost sounds like she's been crying in a way there. Raw.
It hurts so much, so I'd rather not.
Well, that's nothing if not honesty. It does hurt to do that sometimes, to look at all of the parts of you, and so she'd rather not. Yeah. Okay. And here we are with Earthly Delights. Gosh, we're going through them. What track are we on now? Earthly Delights is number 7 already? Wow.
You made for me
Ooh. That I was not expecting. In that B minor kind of feel, but for some reason See, until you add in the thirds and whatever it is that creates your harmony, if you have just a single note, your brain maybe automatically tries to fill in the gaps harmony-wise. And for me, I was expecting it to be a major thing, not a minor thing. Okay, so another emphasis on the B. So there's been a lot of emphasis around B notes and F sharp notes within this record so far. Nice beat. Listen to the kick drum though. Dun, 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 dun. All of these. Wow, tail end reverb creating a soundscape. Dun, 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 dun. Really interesting synth choice, because layered underneath the vocal, it sort of like reveals itself once the vocal comes away. See, this song, she's talking about, I don't know, to me it feels like she's talking about soil growth, things that bloom. This feels like growing. Fill my... Interesting harmony. That fifth, it's that very chant-like thing. Again, without the third, or that third, or whatever it is, the harmony that you create in your mind fills in the blanks, but it's quite regal, actually. See there, the major, wow. How the vocals kind of blended into the background noise instead of being right up here in the mix. Oh, but here. So obviously she's talking about time. You can hear the ticking of the clock. So we're getting that literal representation. Bird sounds nice. I really do feel like I'm in a garden. Wow, the harmony here. Okay, so, and the next line is, you always envied mortals. You make for me a portal, eyes warmed up with sorry, you always envied mortals. So it's from the perspective of being the spirit of something else. See, this is what I'm getting. By the way, I've not looked into the meaning behind this record. I literally have not done any research on it, because I wanted it all to be my fresh perspective of it and not have any kind of other ideas. But this is how I'm feeling right now. It's that I am all these different earthly spirits, and this is how I'm perceiving the world. And so here I'm almost jealous of, you know, I'm putting myself in Aurora's shoes here, or the spirit's shoes. I'm jealous of being able to be in the physical realm, should we say. Chant-like. Wow. Yes. I was hoping for those interval jumps. Wow. The emphasis there being on the end of the note rather than starting the note off strong and then kind of letting it tail off. That's great breath control where you can push the end of a note. Pushing it, throwing it away in a way. What a unique, incredible song. But yeah, the movements, dun, 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 all of that. I love those big interval jumps that we have in this song. When the Dark Dresses Lightly. What a lovely title. Yeah, okay, here we go. Whoa. Ha! So on a I don't have the keyboard that does it, but on a keyboard that has one of those tools, that is being used here, let me tell you. Tribal. Whatever notes are being involved in the melody and whatnot, that D is droning for us. There's You don't often get the title of the song so quickly in a song.
Right through my soul, my dear, it took too long. Guess I should
Wow.
have kept the knife in my heart for so long. Shouldn't have held back when I needed you to know.
The first part of that chorus in particular, love that so much. It really feels like a call to arms, you know? Is it just me that can hear the piano? I feel like that's there. Yeah. Oh no, wait. Could be guitar. I don't know why in my... I'm always looking for pianos. I was like, oh, listen to that piano. Yeah, I think that's guitar, Nina. Oh, the tail end of that vocal is like now sample. Oh, this is so interesting. I love a song where I can't quite grasp it straight away. I love these things. Wow. Where are we going up to? Up to the A5. Okay, this is where you get an interesting mix of a louder dynamic. So this kind of fortissimo, I would say, vocal against this more mezzo piano vocal. The difference in tonality is interesting. That is such a unique song. So ending on that D as well. Love that so much. I could not choose a favourite song so far. I really couldn't. This is just so unique and heartfelt, this record. Okay, I think we're gonna take a little break here on YouTube and come back to a part 2 because this is such a huge record and I want to make sure that I am putting the best into my edits here, so we're going to take a little breather and come back to part 2 another day. And I just want to know what you think of this first part of the record, what songs that speak to you the most and what you are looking forward to the most from part 2. Let me know how this record makes you feel, and if you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button, become part of our family here. You can find the whole of this reaction, so no stops, unedited. It's over an hour long, all the way through. Every song to enjoy over on Patreon. I'll leave a link for that in the comments box and the description box down below. Otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you on part 2 and on another video here very soon. Have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. Love ya. Bye.